Wikifiends. I'm your host, Joe.
I'm David.
And I'm Alex.
And we are the Wikifiends. And we have a special Sitcom episode for you tonight. We're going to be doing sitcom articles. Isn't that right, Dave?
That's right.
All right. So the first one I have is Days Like These. Have either of you heard of this?
I haven't.
I don't think so.
Days Like These is a British TV remake of the popular American sitcom That 70s Show. It was first broadcast in 1999 and used many of the same names, Eric Foreman, Kitty Foreman, or slight alterations, Donna Palmer instead of Donna Pinciotti, Jackie Burgett instead of Jackie Burkhart, etc. It was set in the real-life town of Luton, England. Only 10 of the 13 produced episodes were aired. And let me read some of the other names. Instead of Red Foreman, there was Ron Foreman. Instead of the Pinciottis, it was the Palmers, Bob and Midge Palmer, as well as Donna. Instead of Stephen Hyde, it was Dylan Jones. Instead of Michael Kelso, it was Michael McGuire. And instead of Fez, it was Torbjorn Rasmussen. I think they were going for like an Eastern European exchange student thing.
Yeah, they're really laying it on thick, the fact that he's like not American.
Well, not British.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I found this through through a list of TV sitcoms considered the worst.
I believe it.
Worst TV sitcoms. So I wanted to play a clip of from the first episode and see if you can get any sense any similarities to the American version. Could you hit it,
All right.
Dave?
Sure.
Eric, it is time.
Why don't you go? It's your house.
Yeah, it's your house. Listen to them in there. The party has reached its critical mass. In 10 minutes' time, there will be no more beer theft opportunities.
Yes, but if my dad catches me nicking booze, he will kill me.
Eric, I'm willing to take that risk.
I mean, just don't worry about it. Just stay cool and keep moving.
No snacks, no small talk.
Oh, and above all, don't get sucked into my dad's hair.
No snacking, no talking, no sucking. What's wrong with your dad's hair?
Just don't look at it.
Oh, Eric, remember, Shandy doesn't count.
Yeah.
Actually, Shandy makes me Randy.
Maguire, anything makes you Randy. Yeah, and Jackie's not here, so don't look at me, all right?
All right, you can cut it there.
Sounds like fucking Ringo.
Yeah, that one character did.
Makes me
supposed to be
Randy.
It's supposed to be like working class British people.
Yeah,
So they're not teenagers in this?
No, they are, but they're from a working class family.
Okay.
So just like how the gang from That 70s Show was from sort of Wisconsin, they weren't supposed to be a rich. They weren't supposed to be like the American equivalent of a London
Turned into a robot.
Yeah. No, yeah, you were getting a little electronic, Joe. No, but I understood what you were saying though. It's that it's a working class. They're not supposed to be like kind of upper class, even in the original, right?
They're not supposed to be posh in either one of them.
Right. So that's maintained consistent between. Yeah.
So I watched the whole episode on YouTube. It was all right. I mean, it's very, very similar to the the American version.
Why do so many people dislike it?
I guess because it was not as good of a quality as the American one, and they ended up just playing the American one there instead.
Seems like a lot less work just to do that.
Yeah, what the fuck? Like, why would you even bother? Just get the rights to the original. Like,
well, I've heard a lot. I haven't really heard too much about British American shows being remade in England. I've heard more of British shows being remade here, and a lot of times they're criticized as being inferior to the British one.
Yeah, like The Office and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think The Office. I think The Office is pretty well liked, but the one that comes to mind is Coupling. There is a popular British show, Coupling, which was sort of like a British take on Friends. But then I remember at one point in the early 2000s they tried to make an American Coupling, and it was lambasted. But this was just an interesting sort of thing, seeing it the other way around.
Yeah,
it is weird. Yeah.
But there have been a lot of British shows that were remade in the U.S. and that did not take off. But yeah. So if anyone's interested, it's up on YouTube. I'm not sure how many episodes, but at least the first one is, and a few others.
All right.
I like to see how these things change. I feel like I was looking at there was a Russian version of Married with Children or some shit.
There's different versions of Married with Children.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
Dave, you remember when we watched that documentary about how they were remaking Everybody Loves Raymond in Russia?
Oh God, yeah, I too vaguely remember that.
Yeah.
Is it? I forget the whole thing, but I wonder if it's an Italian family in Russia. You know what I mean?
I think it was just a Russian family.
All right.
All right. So that's Days Like These. Who has an article?
I'll go.
One? Okay,
you want to go out? No, you go first. It's fine.
Okay. I've got Father of the Pride.
Oh, yeah.
You guys, Joe, you know Father of the Pride?
Yeah.
Is it about lions?
It is about lions. Father of the Pride was a NBC adult animated sitcom that was released in 2004. There was one season of it, 15 episodes total, although only 12 were broadcast before the show's cancellation. Now, the show revolves around a family of white lions. The father, Larry, who's played by John Goodman, is a pretty stereotypical Homer Simpson, Peter Griffin type, cartoon dad. He likes to drink. He's kind of lax in his parenting, and just kind of lazy in general. But he also happens to be the star of Siegfried and Roy's Magic Show. So the series was produced by Jeff Katzenberg and DreamWorks Animation. The show took over 200 over 200 animators 2 years to animate the entire season, and each episode cost $2 million to $2.5 million to produce, making it at the time one of the most expensive half-hour TV comedies ever. Now, before the series even came to broadcast, it was already endangered of being canceled because of the real-life attack of Roy from Siegfried and Roy being attacked by one of their white tigers. And Katzenberg, the DreamWorks animation head, recalled, "There was a short period of time where we were just rocked out in our heels and couldn't be particularly creative and definitely not funny. But Siegfried kept saying that this show meant so much to them, so much to Roy, then even more than it ever did." So the show was really heavily promoted by NBC. They really wanted this to be a big thing.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
It's meant so much to Roy.
It really did. So the show's debut did attract 12.3 million viewers, which made it that week's most viewed television show in America. But not after, it didn't take too long before the ratings started to dip on it. The series was pretty much panned across the board by critics, many of them saying it was very, very similar to South Park, with even one episode having the line, "Screw you guys, I'm going home," showing up in it. Despite that, Siegfried and Roy loved it, and they loved it, and they really were. They wanted their characters to bicker and be very opposite on the show, but still, like and respect each other. But they loved themselves on the show. They thought they were very funny. They didn't voice themselves, by the way. They were voiced by different people, but they still loved their characters on the show.
Yeah, who wouldn't like a $2 million an episode show about about yourself? Like promoting your new theme park in Las Vegas too. Yeah. All the animals on the show live in the theme park owned by Siegfried and Roy, who are both they're both animal enthusiasts on the show who always have schemes to one of the episodes I watched, they're planning on increasing the population of pandas in the world by artificial insemination, and then the plot with the lions involves them trying to hook up their neighbor, who happens to be a panda, with one of the pandas that Siegfried and Roy are bringing to the States to repopulate the world's panda population.
I thought you were going to say they were going to repopulate with artificial insemination, and then it was like a Lucy scene with the artificial insemination machine where it's squirting everywhere.
That'd be pretty good.
No, although there is a scene where Roy, I guess, gets sprayed with an animal pheromone that they're going to use, and he gets jumped and humped by a monkey, and then there's a line of other animals who are getting prepared to make their way with him as well.
Gangbang.
Yeah, it's well, they're taking turns, so not really.
That's
they do
gross.
Politely wait. Some of them have flowers and stuff like that.
Would you say this shit was an animated show? I feel like
animated by DreamWorks.
It's 3D animated, correct?
Yeah, 3D animated. Yeah.
But didn't you say someone got injured or some shit?
Oh, that was
Roy got injured in real life.
Oh yeah.
By their tiger.
Okay, so it's unrelated.
So well, that happened, and they almost stopped production on the show, except that Siegfried and Roy wanted to see this happen so bad, and then it meant so much to Roy when he was recovering from the tiger attack.
I thought you said that someone got injured during it, and I was like, how did that happen on an animated show?
No, not like someone working on the show.
Yeah.
Unrelated. Okay. Roy got attacked by a tiger.
Someone got injured while recording the lion sounds for it or something.
Yes, John Goodman, he got injured doing it.
That's how he lost all that weight.
Did he lose weight? Has he lost weight?
He lost weight. I don't know if he gained it back. He got really thin at one point.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Well, let's look up pictures of him right now.
All right.
Okay, looks good.
Well, I'm doing it for real. Because I'm a real John Goodman fan.
Wait, so what channel was this?
Oh, wow, yeah.
Does he look good?
He slimmed down a lot, yeah. Well, he still looks like John Goodman, but...
Well, yes.
Looks healthier, definitely.
A lot thinner. He was getting really fat, though.
There's a good side-by-side of him, really heavy, smoking a cigarette, and him today.
Wait, what channel did you say that the Siegfried show was on?
NBC.
Was it NBC?
Mm-hmm.
Was it morning or was it prime time? What was its...
Prime time. It was an adult animated sitcom.
It was adult animated. Okay.
Yes. And I watched 2 episodes of this while I was taking notes for the show. And it is very similar to South Park in a lot of ways.
That's so weird. I'm going to have to watch that too.
Yeah. There's a controversy with it too. I think in one of the first few episodes, Donkey from Shrek has a cameo in the episode.
What?
And parent groups complained because the children's character was showing up on an adult show like that. Take too kindly to that.
It's all ogre.
It was all ogre pretty soon after that. It was, canceled less than a year after it debuted. Didn't get to finish all of its episodes, but it was released as a DVD box set in 2005, I believe.
Damn.
That's I wonder if the Pride.
Father of the Pride. Pride. I wonder if just it wasn't relatable enough, because who the fuck deals with lions regularly?
Well, it really just follows the lions more than Siegfried and Roy. They're pretty opposite parts of the show usually.
Oh, yeah.
Like the lion's the main part, and there's always some little silly side story that Siegfried and Roy are doing something to. It's really not the worst thing I've ever seen, though. But it's, I don't know. It is what it is.
It sounds like it kind of, there's enough weird shit going on where I feel like even if it's really shitty, it's kind of like interesting as like an object in a way.
Yeah, just that it exists.
Yeah, totally. Oh, not bad.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you recommend we watch it?
If it sounds interesting, check it out. But you can probably deduce it just from the description. So if you're on the fence about it, it's probably what you expect. But if it sounds interesting, I should say, check it out.
So watch it or don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say you don't need to.
What should we watch instead?
Amazing. What should you watch instead? I don't know. Maybe Dave has an idea.
I think you should watch that.
Okay. I thought you might have a show you want to talk about.
Should I watch an episode of Father of the Pride or an episode of Roseanne?
I'd say Roseanne.
Yeah, I like Roseanne.
Depends.
Roseanne's a better show, I'd say.
You know what though? I'm gonna do a classic Joe tangent. They on Netflix. The thing with Roseanne that I don't like is they don't have the whole series up. They just intermittently put up collections. So the first collection was seasons 1 and 2. The second collection they put up, it was a bunch of the ones from the middle, like season 5 or so, 4, 5, 6 maybe, 5 or 6, I don't know. But they were all out of order, which was bad. And then they took away the earlier ones. And the one they're on now is the last 2 seasons. And the last season is that horrible one where they had won the lottery and Dan had cheated on her.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, that's a gripe.
I wonder why they can't put the whole thing up.
I don't know. It's weird.
What network was that on originally?
It was on ABC. And the thing that bothers me is it used to all be on, and then I sold off all my Roseanne DVDs.
Oh, you sold them all? Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So really fucked yourself there.
Yeah, the only one I have left is the Halloween collection, which is still pretty good, I guess.
Gets me by.
Yeah. So, all right. What's your article, Dave?
Okay. Well, hold on. Let me give a little introduction for it. Let me see here. So, are you guys familiar with a laugh track?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so a laugh track or laughter track is a separate soundtrack for a recorded comedy show containing the sound of audience laughter. In some productions, the laughter is a live audience response instead. In the U.S., where it is used most, the term usually applies to artificial laughter, also known as canned laughter or fake laughter, like I just used. And it's made to be inserted into the show. This was invented by an American sound engineer, Charlie Douglas. The Douglas laugh track became a standard in the mainstream television in the U.S., dominating most primetime sitcoms from the late 1950s to the late 1970s. By the 1980s, the Douglas family was eventually outrivaled by other sound engineers who created stereophonic laugh tracks different from the original analog track. Also, many single-camera sitcoms by this time started diverting from a laugh track altogether to create a more dramatic environment. So, I thought this is kind of interesting where I think they originally got it. This whole Charlie Douglas. Because I think that for a long time it was always just the same one.
Was it?
Here, let me see. So the history, there actually is a history of it in radio. I forgot about this. Before radio and television, audience experienced live comedy performances in the presence of other audience members. Radio and early television producers attempted to recreate this atmosphere by introducing the sound of laughter or other crowd reactions into the soundtrack. Jake Dadswell, also known as the traveling reporter, former owner created of the WWJB in Florida, created the first laughing record. In 1946, Jake Mullen bought a magnetic tape recorder back to Radio Frankfurt along with 50 reels of tape. The recorder was one of the magnetic tape recorders that BASF and AEG had built in Germany starting in 1935. Blah, 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 blah. So I guess this is just this early radio method. They would just use it for stand-up routines. Longtime engineer and recording pioneer Jack Mullen explained how the laugh track was invented on Crosby's show. The hillbilly comic Bob Burns was on the show one time and threw a few of his extremely racy, off-color, folksy farm stories into the show. We recorded it live, and they all got enormous laughs, which just went on and on and on, but we couldn't use the jokes. Today, those stories would seem tame by comparison, but things were different in radio then, so scriptwriter Bill Morrow asked us to save the laughs. A couple weeks later, he had a show that wasn't very funny, and he insisted that we put in the salvage laughs. Thus, the laugh track was born. So that's kind of interesting. It's like they took laughs from like a pervy hillbilly comedy show and used it for a shitty one. It's kind of funny. Oh wait, no, here we go. This is the early Charlie Douglas usage. This was interesting. In early television, most shows that were not broadcast live, where a show was created by filming each scene several times from different camera angles, whereas the performances of the actors and crew could be controlled, live audiences could not be relied upon to laugh at the correct moments. Other times, audience would be deemed to have laughed too loudly or for too long. CBS sound engineer Charlie Douglas noticed these inconsistencies and took it upon himself to remedy the situation. If a joke did not get the desired chuckle, Douglas inserted additional laughter. If the live audience chuckled too long, Douglas muted the guffaws. This editing technique became known as sweetening, in which recorded laughter is used to augment the response of a real studio audience if they did not react as strongly as desired. Conversely, the process could be used to de-sweeten audience reactions, toning down unwanted loud laughter or removing inappropriate applause, thus making the laughter more in line with the producer's preferred method of telling a story. So that sweetening shit I find to be very interesting, is that real people just cannot be relied on to do it, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Or like applause at inappropriate moments, like what the fuck?
You know, a lot of pre-recorded wrestling shows do that too. They will make the crowd reaction sound a lot better than it really is.
Punch it up.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, getting back to Roseanne, which is one of my favorite shows, what I would say, and I've used this line on OkCupid before when talking with girls. I'll say, "Do you want to hear what my favorite scene from Roseanne is?" And if they go, "Yeah," I'll tell them it's the one from season 4, I believe. It's the season finale, and the bike shop is closing. Like Dan's bike shop is closing, and so they're having a going out of business sale, and Becky's upset because Mark is going to get fired. He's going to get laid off and lose his job, and he's going to have to move. He's going to have to move, and so at the end of the episode, Roseanne is consoling Dan in the empty bike shop, and the phone rings. And she goes, "Becky." Oh God, I forgot where it took place. And she goes, "What are you like? What are you doing in Minnesota?" And then she says, "What do you mean you got married?" And then No, some guy in the audience goes, "Whoa!" That's my. Yeah, some guy in the audience was really shocked. I don't think it was Minnesota. It might have been Wisconsin. I forget where it was though. That's upsetting.
Wait, so the guy just yelled "whoa" or whoa?
Yeah, and you can hear it. And I wish I knew where she moved to. I can't believe I forgot that. Yeah, but some guy goes, "Whoa!"
What a dick.
No, I liked it because he was surprised.
He added. No, did I ever tell you the story? Do you remember that fucking movie? What is it? Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
What about it?
When I went to go see that movie, there was this guy who was like, I don't know if he was like super drunk or like super high or something. He was sitting in front of me, and every time they would jump in the air and start like flying, this dude just started cracking up, and it just made the movie like 100 times better.
I always thought that was really silly about that movie. They just start flying whenever they want.
Yeah. Oh, that guy! I'll never forget that. Like that
sounds
just
pretty good.
Yeah, it was the funniest. It really made the experience 100% better.
I'd imagine it would.
So you got the next article, Joe?
I do. I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to look that up later. That thing about Roseanne, where she eloped to, because that's going to upset me. All right. Here's have you guys heard of the Seinfeld episode known as The Bet or The Gun?
The bet's where they see how long they can go without masturbating.
Have you heard of The Bet or The Gun, Dave?
Yeah, of course. You've heard all this shit. Yeah.
You have?
Yeah, of course.
I'll let Alec know then. The Bet, also known as The Gun, is an unfilmed episode of Seinfeld.
Oh.
Written for the second season but never filmed. In the episode, Elaine bets against Jerry on the ease of buying a handgun to protect herself. In a subplot, Kramer returns from a vacation in Puerto Rico and tells Jerry and George he had sex with a flight attendant during the flight back. George makes a bet with him and goes to the airport with Jerry and Elaine to ask the flight attendant if Kramer's allegation is true. Additionally, the episode would have revealed Kramer's first name as Conrad. His name was instead revealed as Cosmo in a season 6 episode. The episode was written by Larry Charles to make a funny, dark-themed episode, using elements that were unusual in sitcoms. Sets for the episode were built, and Bobby Joe Lathan was cast as flight attendant Lucy Merritt, and Ernie Sabella was cast as gun salesman Mo Korn, who was described in the script as overweight, greasy, slow, and low-key. The table reading of the episode was held on December 12, 1990. Louis Dreyfus stated, "I read the script and I remember thinking, we're not going to do this." According to Alexander, when she read a scene in which she holds the gun to her head, stating, "Where do you want it, Jerry?" The Kennedy holds the gun to her stomach. The McKinley, referencing the assassination of 2 American presidents. Louis Dreyfus turned to Alexander, stating, "I'm not doing this." Both Alexander and Chirones, who would direct the episode, felt that the gun content in the story was too provocative. Richards was concerned that his character would be open about arming Elaine, though in a later interview he stated, "Although why not? I think Kramer could justify the use of a weapon." The cast began rehearsing, but after 20 minutes stopped and turned to Chirones, who agreed to talk to Charles. While on his way to Charles' office, Chirones met with Castle Rock executive Glenn Padnick and informed him about the cast reaction to the episode. Chirones said that Padnick was relieved to hear this, and they both discussed the problem with Charles and decided not to use the script. Charles later said, It would have been an interesting show, but we couldn't solve the funny problem of it. It never seemed to quite be as funny as it should be, and because of that, the balance was off and the darkness kind of enveloped it. And it could never really emerge from that darkness and become what it should have been. The replacement episode was called The Phone Message and was written by Larry David and Jerry Seinfeld in 2 days.
Where'd you find out about that? I'd never heard of that before.
I was just reading Wikipedia.
Oh.
And you had heard of this one, Dave.
No, I had not actually heard of this. I mean, I remember the whole thing about the Puerto Rican Day Parade, but I had not heard of this particular one, though.
I never mentioned anything about a Puerto Rican Day Parade.
No, but that was like one that got pulled. Like, it was kind of...
Yeah, because Kramer accidentally burns the flag. I remember that one.
You gonna play the meme
Lincoln
clip?
Park?
Yes.
It's pretty good.
Wait, let's talk about this. There was something else that I had relating to Seinfeld, but I'm kind of interested in how poor taste this was.
What about?
The gun. The episode you just described.
Yeah, but what did you want to bring up?
It's kind of... So, what, like, was it Julia Louis-Dreyfus wouldn't do the line about the McKinley or the Lincoln?
She read it, and then she's like, I don't want to do this.
Right. She just like, I wonder, God, like, I mean, they've done other weird episodes. Like, do you remember that shit where, like, George pushes over the clown and runs out of the kids' party on fire? That's one of my favorite scenes. It sounds kind of in shitty taste. Like, it kind of sounds stupid, but I'm surprised that she pitched a fit or they were grossed out by it. It doesn't sound that
It
bad.
doesn't sound like she freaked out or anything. It just sounded like she didn't want to do it. And it seemed like no one else was really into it either.
Yeah. That's the thing. It doesn't sound like super offensive. It kind of just sounds like kind of lackluster, just kind of like a filler episode, you know?
It doesn't really seem like something those characters would do either. It seems very odd that Elaine and Jerry would, go see how easy it is to buy a gun.
Yeah.
Well, the part of them betting over something that trivially betting over something that's not something you should bet about seems in character.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Also, it's very, very hard to get a handgun in New York City. Mm-hmm. Legally get a handgun.
I mean, actually, I can kind of see how this would have been an episode, but it just seems like it wouldn't have been a great one. It doesn't even seem particularly that offensive. It's kind of like, it's weird that a gun was involved. It makes it seem like it's all about the gun, but it really kind of just seems like, it almost seems arbitrary, you know?
I don't know if it seems arbitrary. I mean, that's what the bet is about.
The president part's a little weird. Where she's pointing at the different parts of her body.
I mean, we don't see how they're sort of how they tie it in, but
that's true. But
what is the name? What's the name of the episode?
Me.
What's the one where they promise to not masturbate? Isn't that called like the bet?
I think that might be called the bet.
That ended up being the bet.
That's
done in that title though.
Okay. That's weird.
Yeah.
So, Alec, have you ever heard the original music from Seinfeld, the original theme?
No, I haven't.
I don't know. I think this is real. Like, I found this clip online that's supposedly the original music, the theme. So, let me play this for you and see what you think.
Do you know what this is all about? Do you know why we're here? To be out. This is out. And out is one of the single most enjoyable experiences of life. People talk about we should go out. This is what they're talking about. This whole thing, we're all out now. No one is home. Not one person here is home. We're all out. There are people trying to find us. They don't know where we are. Did you read? I can't find him. Where did he go? He didn't tell me where he was going. He must have gone out. You want to go out. You get ready. You pick out the clothes, right? You take the shower, get all ready, get the cash, get your friends the car, the spot, the reservation. Then you stand around. What do? You go, we got to be getting back. Once you're out, you want to get back. You want to go to sleep, you want to get up, you want to go out again tomorrow, right? Wherever you are in life, it's my feeling you've got to go.
Jerry sounded like he inhaled some helium in that.
Yeah, it's kind of like super cokey, isn't it?
Weird.
They got that organ going.
Yeah. So what do you think? Do you think this is a better theme, or do you think they made the right decision?
I think they should have gone with the Linkin Park.
True.
In all seriousness, I'm not super crazy about the official Seinfeld music. That heavy bass.
I like it.
I think it's too doofy, but
it is doofy, but it's like a signature thing.
Yeah, but I don't think it's enjoyable on its own. I just think it's, it's Seinfeld, so.
Yeah, that's fair. It's not like
I don't think it's
a great TV theme.
I don't think it's orally pleasing.
I
agree with that.
I'll say this. I think what it does, though, is it's very effective in what it was built to be, and that is you instantly know that you're fucking with Seinfeld when you hear that shit, instantly. It's that's exactly what you want, just instant recognition. It's not so abrasive that it makes you grossed out. You understand what you're getting into as soon as you hear it.
Observational comedy on the way.
Contrived scenarios on the way.
Yeah, maybe that's just the theme song for observational comedy.
It sounds like Dave's about to play an audio clip.
All right.
Yeah. So was that your second article, Dave?
I guess I could serve for it. Hold on. Wait, hold on. I have some other shit. Maybe can I just run through some of this real quick? There's not too much here. I can get your opinion on, are you familiar with the concept of a very special episode?
Yes.
A very special episode is an advertising term originally used in American television promos to refer to an episode of a sitcom or drama series which deals with a difficult or controversial social issue. The usage of the term peaked in the 1980s. The term is generally referred to sitcoms as a way of highlighting the normally lighthearted show would be dealing with a more serious topic. During these episodes, the laugh track was absent. That's interesting. I didn't even think about that. Or the alternative, the live studio audience present during the taping of the show rarely responded with laughter. Often a very special episode concerns a moral issue. Different Strokes featured some very special episodes that involved child molestation, child pornography, pedophilia, hitchhiking, kidnapping, sexual assault, epileptic seizure, bullies, racism, bulimia, drunk driving, and drug abuse. The award-winning... Yeah, I know. That's kind of...
I've only heard about the child molesting one.
I've seen the pedophilia one.
Like child porn? What is this magazine? What the fuck?
Yeah, the one I saw had a lot of laughter in it.
Inappropriate clapping. The award-winning PBS animated children's program Arthur had many very special episodes which covered divorce, loss of a pet, cancer, dyslexia, asthma, head lice. In a two-part episode, main responses.
It's not that bad.
They did a two-parter about September 11th. That's interesting. I had no idea about that. Honestly, I thought Arthur, when I remember seeing that when I was a kid.
Yeah, me too.
And I remember thinking, that shit was all made, and they were just repeating it. I did not.
I thought it was super old. But you see clips of Arthur, using computers and shit.
Yeah. No, I remember him using computers.
Went on for a long time, yeah.
Yeah.
I was not a big Arthur fan.
It kind of bummed me out. There's something. It was like Cheers or something. There was something about the vibe that just fucking bummed me out.
I like Cheers.
Doug a lot. Cheers is great.
Yeah, Doug is better than Arthur.
I agree, but that's what it reminded me of.
Everyone loves Arthur now on social media.
Oh yeah.
Did you guys see all the Arthur memes?
Yeah, they're all fucked up. They're all like sexual. I've heard that like the PBS is like, please stop making these because they're like about Arthur fucking his sister and stuff.
Oh God,
they're really terrible.
You didn't see the big meme that was like it was like Arthur's clenched fist?
No.
Oh, that was a big one going around.
It's like, yeah, it'll be like, when, I don't know. I can't even think of an example.
Let me Google it. Know my meme.
Did you say, are you looking on Know My Meme or Know Your Meme?
Well, that was the first thing that came up, and then I just switched it to image search. Seems like a meme.
It was so clumsily done, Dave.
I don't know if I entirely get it.
Yeah, I don't know, it's all right.
All right, Arthur's fist.
Yeah.
Arthur's clenched fist.
I was remarking that that last clip that Dave played, how it sounded like the sound effect from Wolfenstein 3D when you pick up treasure.
Wait, which one?
Can you hit that one again, Dave? No, the lead up to it. You have to do both at the like.
Okay, I got.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Did you play a lot of 3D Wolfenstein?
I played some of one of them at a friend's house before.
What?
That's just the one where you. Is that the? That's like the Nazi one where you're killing Nazis.
They're all Nazi ones.
That's like the original Nazi one because that's the only one I've played. Like the first one. It was super.
The first 3D one.
I mean, it was like a first-person shooter. I guess maybe that was considered. No, I mean it's 2D. It's like a 2D shooter. It looks like Doom.
Okay, well that's a 3D because the earlier Wolfensteins are all 2D and it's just like a top down.
Oh, okay.
That's correct.
But it's very like pixelated. The one you played.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, that's Wolfenstein. That's Wolfenstein 3D.
Okay.
All right, so whose turn is it now?
I think I may have jumped over you, Alec. You want to jump into one?
Yes, I have a kind of a two-parter here. You guys familiar with the sitcom phrase "Hi, honey, I'm home"?
Yes.
Yeah,
There's a TV show called "Hi, honey, I'm home." It's an American sitcom that ran from July 19th, 1991 to July 12th, 1992 for 13 episodes. Each week, a new episode of the series aired on ABC's TGIF lineup and then would then re-air on Nick at Night the following week. The premise of the show was about a 1950s sitcom family who was living among us in the real world. And when they went out into the real world, it was all in color. But when they're in their houses, it was all black and white. And they were trying to keep their secrets from their neighbors and live their traditional 50s-style sitcom lifestyle. Now, there's another show that came out a little while before this one with a similar title. Have either of you ever heard of Heil, Honey, I'm Home?
Yes, I have.
You have heard of Heil, Honey, I'm Home?
Yes. I think so.
All right, well, for those that aren't familiar with the show, it was a sitcom that aired on the Galaxy Network, a British station, in 1990. And it is significant for many reasons. The most notable, though, it was canceled after one episode. Now, it revolves around fictionalized versions of Adolf Hitler and Eva Braun, who lived next door to a Jewish couple, Arnie and Rosa Goldenstein. It's set very much in a 1950s sitcom style. In fact, Hitler doesn't speak with a German accent. He really sounds more like Ralph Cramden. And it's very much like the Honeymooners, a lot of bickering couple kind of scenarios, but they throw in references to World War II and Hitler's invading other countries. Many critics have quoted it as being perhaps the worst, most tasteless situation comedy ever.
I could think of worse, but it sounds pretty bad.
So the one episode, which is on YouTube, if anyone wants to watch it, I watched it earlier today. It revolves around Neville Chamberlain, the British Prime Minister, coming into the Hitler house. Hitler wants to keep his annoying neighbors from intruding, but Ava accidentally spills the beans to Rosa Goldenstein, and they end up coming over to meet Neville Chamberlain. Now, and Rosa also decides to try to match up her dull niece with Neville. So Hitler and Ava come up with an idea that if they get the Goldensteins drunk, they'll get tired and they'll have to go home before Neville Chamberlain gets there. But unfortunately, he shows up, and they are all drunk and rowdy, and end up, they end up goofing around with Neville Chamberlain. But he doesn't mind it. But he does asks Hitler if he can speak to him in private in the kitchen. And hold on a minute. Oh yeah, when they get in the kitchen, Neville comedically he scolds Hitler like he's a little boy and tells him he's been very, very naughty for the German occupation of Czechoslovakia. And he presents him with the Peace of Our Time agreement that he expects Hitler to sign so Hitler will stop invading other countries. Hitler, after Neville leaves the kitchen, Hitler says he's not going to do that, and he hides it in the freezer. Later on, Mel Goldenstein goes into the kitchen to get some drinks, and he finds it in the freezer when he's getting ice. When Neville finds out about this, he refers to Hitler as a very naughty little Hitler. Hitler does eventually, he signs the Peace of Our Time agreement, and then Neville Chamberlain ends up leaving with Rosa's dull niece from before. He's actually very infatuated with her when they actually meet. And it ends with Ava and Hitler snuggling on the couch because Hitler pulled a fast one on Neville Chamberlain. And it was pretty much across the board panned by critics when it came out. They thought it was very insensitive in the way that it downplayed Nazism and World War II and Adolf Hitler and all that terrible stuff. Some people did try to argue that it was a satire, like Hogan's Heroes or the Hitler musical and The Producers, but most people just hated it. Jeff Atkinson, the series creator, maintains that the aim of the show was not to shock, but to examine the appeasement surrounding Hitler in 1938. He does concede that the satire of this appeasement did not translate as well as he had hoped, and also pointed out that more than half the cast was Jewish and didn't have a problem with the show being taped.
Dave, turn off your soundboard.
It is off.
That's Heil, Honey, I'm Home. I would say check it out because it's bizarre that it exists. It's really weird.
I think I've seen it actually. When you started describing all the hijinks with Neville and like being drunk and stuff, I think it kind of rung a bell. I think I've actually seen the clips.
Yeah, the whole episode's up.
Now, Alec, you're recommending Heil, Honey, I'm Home over Father of the Pride.
I am. It's definitely a much more unique specimen.
Is it more enjoyable?
I'd say...
Earnestly, which one's more enjoyable?
I would say you're going to take more away from Heil, Honey, I'm Home.
Okay. Would I have more fun watching Heil, Honey?
I would say probably.
Okay. But it wasn't as long-lived as Fathers of the Pride.
No, there were 8 episodes produced, apparently. Only one of them has ever aired. Clips from another episode wound up on some YouTube show. I forget the name of it. But yeah, just a couple clips. Apparently, in further episodes, there's supposed to be a long storyline with Ava and Hitler secretly trying to kill the Goldensteins without them knowing it. Yeah, but I didn't read much more about the rest of the episodes aside from that.
Big laughs in that one.
Yeah, there is a laugh track to this series, though. It's a weird one.
Real audience or canned?
It could be real. They're not huge laughs. And you know what? There were flyers for coming to see live tapings of this show. There's actually a picture on Wikipedia, so it probably was a live studio audience.
Do you lament that you weren't in UK at that time?
I do. I was a little young for this show, though. They probably wouldn't let me in.
You wouldn't have been sophisticated enough to appreciate it.
No, I wouldn't have.
No.
Apparently no one was.
No.
It seems like a difficult difficult show because it seems like you could do World War II jokes, you could do Nazi or Germany jokes, but you're kind of just dancing around the Holocaust the whole time, you know.
The joke is that these are the premise, like expanded premise of the show, is that these are secret tapes of Ava and Hitler living together in an apartment before World War II happens. So this
I see. It's all supposed to be prior.
Yes. It's all prior.
That's kind of interesting. That's kind of weird.
It's really weird. It's an odd show.
Like a sitcom that's just like about Hitler's early life, like a struggling artist. Oh, mine. Oh gosh.
Well, there's a part when Ava says, I loved you even when you were a lowly house painter.
I mean, he was in the military before he was a Führer.
They play him up more as a doofus in this.
Yeah. He was in jail.
You know who would be... I bet a sitcom about Mussolini would be funnier because he seems more like a Homer Simpson type, like more kind of like...
Well, he's bald.
Yeah, he's a big stupid guy. Like, El Deuce on Thursdays.
That sounds good.
Maybe the world's ready for a show like that.
Yeah,
fascist comedy.
Well,
fascist satire.
He's just reviled, but not for being an exterminator of human life. Not a perpetrator of genocide, but just being for a horrible ruler, a horrible dictator, but not a mass murderer.
Mm-hmm. I'm conflicted about these kinds of things because, like, I do think you should, everything's up for grabs to a certain degree with comedy, but, like, I don't know, there is just, like, a point where it's just, what the fuck is this? It
sounds horrible. It sounds like a horrible show.
Yeah, I mean, everything's up for grabs, but, not everything needs to be made into a sitcom.
Yeah. No, it is. It's like, you should be able to go there or whatever, but it seems like it's done like haphazardly. Like you're just kind of mixing dangerous chemicals when you do shit like that. Like
it's got to be done really well.
Yeah.
This is not done that well, unfortunately.
Yeah, it seems shooting from the hip shit. Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of one of the running jokes is instead of like waving to people, it's always a Heil, And running joke, also him being reprimanded like a little boy. That happens a few times, aside from Neville Chamberlain calling him a naughty, naughty little Hitler. He's just treated like a little baby for invading other countries.
I mean, it's the part where you say like most of the cast is like Jewish or like a lot of people involved with it, which is kind of interesting because it's kind of like the idea of like a bunch of black people making a comedy about the Klan or something. Like there's kind of an interesting like in-group kind of like healing process or cathartic comedy thing, you know what I mean? And I that's kind of interesting. I mean,
yeah, it's I don't know. I imagine they were probably just there doing their jobs. Thinking, what the fuck is this?
They're just total mercenaries. Like, oh, I'm Hitler. Okay, whatever. Like, let's get this.
How much do I get paid?
Yeah. Well, it's an acting gig.
Well, I don't think the guy that played Hitler was Neil McCall.
I do like the idea of like like Hitler having these like kind of annoying kvetchy Jewish neighbors. Like, oh my god! Like, I mean, like I can see how it's funny. Like the scenario is like interesting, but whatever.
It seems like a sketch on SNL or something.
Yeah, it seems like you don't need
not a
fucking
TV series.
Yeah, it's like totally. Like I think there was like some shitty show about George Bush that was kind of like this too. That like
my Bush.
Yeah. It's better as just like a skit. Like
yeah, that was the friggin' South Park guys, I think, who did that one.
Dead horse shit. Ugh.
Yeah.
I still remember that one line from That's My Bush that was used in like TV spots where he goes, "What do I care about the youth in Asia?"
Mm-hmm. I remember watching a few episodes of that.
Shit was horrible.
Great. It was not good.
No, it was not. It was surprisingly not. Well, not surprisingly, but it seems like. I mean, they're pretty good. Matt Stone.
Yeah, they're generally pretty funny. Those guys.
Yo, 50-50 though. Sometimes they fuck up.
I haven't seen them fuck up that much, I don't think.
Are you a fan of basketball?
It's okay. It's not my favorite thing in the world. I like Cannibal the Musical. That's a good one.
You know, I made
like South Park and Team America. Those are both fun.
Yeah, of course, South Park, but
yeah.
Perhaps you've heard of South Park.
I made a basketball reference to some kids that were in their early 20s, and they had no idea what it was. It was like, come on. But I guess it did come out in the 90s, so it would have been children. Yeah.
I don't think you're missing much with basketball.
No, I really don't remember it very well.
It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not that funny.
No.
You guys got any games?
Yeah. Can someone else go first?
Wait, hold on.
Game, Dave?
Yeah, let me run through this real quick. I made a big list of like the shittiest sitcoms I could find. So let me read some of these real quick. Yeah, I think you'll like these. Yeah, I know we're already like deep in, but I'll make this quick.
We're only an hour in.
Yeah.
All right, so The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. The shit sounded so stupid.
Yeah, everyone knows that.
Yeah,
right. An American sitcom. Yeah. All right, the series is in the Tipton Hotel in Boston and centers on Zack Martin and Cody Martin, troublesome twins who live at the Tipton Hotel. The series' other main characters include the Tipton Hotel's Desi heiress, London Tipton, the hotel's candy counter girl, Maddie Fitzpatrick, the manager, Mr. Marion Mosley, and the boy's single mother, who is also the hotel's lounge singer. There's something about this name that pisses me off. Like the Sweet, like spelled like a sweet, Suite.
Yeah, wordplay.
Yeah.
Wordplay.
Twins at the Tilton.
Alec, didn't you really like Ashley Tisdale at one point?
I don't know if I was the one that liked Ashley Tisdale at one point.
Who was then?
Hold on, let me Google this person real quick. If I recognize her face, I know who it was.
Wasn't she the one on Sweet Life?
Let me see.
Wasn't she on Sweet Life?
I don't know this. No, this wasn't me. I thought this was the girl that you thought was cute, but it's not her either.
No, I liked... well, let's not get into who I liked.
I don't remember this person.
Let's not get into who I like that was also way too young.
Gross. Let me get through these real quick. Breaker High. Have you heard of Breaker High?
No.
Breaker High is a Canadian teen comedy drama series that ran from 97 to 98. The synopsis. The series is set in a high school located on a cruise ship, allowing the episodes to be set in a variety of exotic locations, although the series was in fact filmed entirely in Barnaby, British Columbia. The show dealt with teen issues such as dating, finances, and friendship, although the series tended to steer clear away from tougher situations like pregnancy or sexuality outlined in other teen dramas at the time. So that sounds like a terrible show. It's like this real pussy teen show, and it's on a boat.
Isn't there a Zack and Cody spinoff on a boat?
The sweet boat of Zack and Cody.
Something like that. The yacht life of Zack and Cody.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yachts up. I don't know.
Yachts up with Zack and Cody.
Yeah, maybe we should get a job making these shows.
All right, I got one last one. God, this might be the worst.
Hold on a minute. Yeah, Sweet Life on Deck.
That's pretty good.
It's fucking stupid. All right, this last show is called Dog with a Blog. Have you heard of this?
I feel like I have heard of that, actually.
Dog with a Blog was an American television sitcom that first aired on Disney Channel on October 12, 2012 to September 25, 2015. It stars G. Hanlius, Blake Michael, Francesca Capelliti, Stephen Full, Regina Burns, and Beth Littleford. The series was co-created by Michael P. Kaplan, who also created Disney's I'm in the Band, which majority of the cast had actually already starred in. So the premise, it's set in Pasadena, California. Avery Jennings' mother, Ellen, has just married Chloe and Tyler, James's father, Bennett. So now the new family needs to make adjustments to living together. They face a even bigger adjustment when they discover their new dog, Stan, can talk. Only Avery, Chloe, and Tyler know this. Unbeknownst to the family, Stan also has a blog where he discusses happenings in the Jennings-James household. The children learn of Stan's talking ability in the first episode and agree to keep it a secret from the parents, fearing that if the world finds out Stan can talk, he'll be taken away for experimentation.
That's pretty good.
Yo, but so he could talk. How the fuck could he spell and use the internet? That's not related.
How do you type with pause?
Yeah.
Maybe he's got a special keyboard.
Maybe he's got the Bluetooth dictation thing.
Yeah, it'd be funny if he's he can talk and he really wants to start a blog.
He should get a real job.
Yeah,
with a blog.
Yeah, he's in the ivory tower if I ever heard of one. Okay, so those are my shitty sitcoms that I found. So I have a quick
sitcom game.
Oh yeah, let's go.
It'll be quick and probably pretty easy, but I have some old unused titles for some well-known shows. Most of these are sitcoms. There's a couple that aren't really sitcoms, so I kind of had to fudge this because I couldn't find that many of these. But yeah, so I'll give you guys an old title, and you try to guess what name that show ended up with. I'll start easy. So the old title for this show was The Seinfeld Chronicles.
Is it Seinfeld?
Seinfeld.
It is Seinfeld.
Yeah.
All right, here's another. Oh, that's nice. Here's another easy one. The old title for this show was NBC's Saturday Night.
Saturday Night Live?
That's it. Maybe getting a little harder with this one, but still I think this is probably pretty common knowledge. The old title for this show, and it's kind of a different show too, but I'd say it counts still. Good Morning, Miss Bliss.
Oh, that's Saved by the Bell.
Yes.
Everyone knows that one.
That's what I said. I think they rebroadcasted as Saved by the Bell the middle school years or something like that.
The blissful years.
The blissful years.
I don't know why I said that.
Years. What show is originally called These Friends of Mine?
Friends.
It's not Friends.
Seinfeld.
It's not Seinfeld.
These Friends of Mine.
Full House.
No. You have another guess, Joe?
What? Can you give me a time period?
90s.
Are these friends of mine? No, I can't.
It's the unused title for Ellen.
Okay. I
weird.
think I may have heard that.
What show was originally titled Across the Hall?
Friends.
Joe got it.
Because they lived across the hall from each other.
Yes. All right, and last one, not really a sitcom, but what show was originally titled Oil?
Dallas.
It's not Dallas.
It's not Dallas. Is it Dynasty?
It is Dynasty.
Okay.
That's all I got. There's not many shows that had, or not many shows I'd heard of that had different names.
It's pretty good
originally.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
Do you have one, Dave?
Yeah, I had two kind of types of games. Let's do this one. This is didn't we play a game similar to this? I'm gonna list you characters, and you got to guess like what archetype they fit into, like comedy archetypes.
Okay.
So hold on.
Is there a list of archetypes to choose from?
No,
we've got. This seems like it could be sort of subjective a little bit, though.
Little subjective. I'll try to like pick stuff. I feel like you.
No,
you guys...
I'm fine with that. I'm just stating. I just wanted to see if I was correct with that sort of.
I mean, we played a game similar to this. I think this is a little more better than the last one, though.
Kind of reminds me of the traits to animals one from a while ago.
Yeah. Okay, so let me see. Meg from Family Guy, Milhouse from The Simpsons, Fez from That 70s Show. What do they have in common? What is that character?
Nerd?
They're like the punching bag for the other characters. Always get made fun of.
I'm gonna give it to Joe. It's the dork.
Okay.
Okay.
Can't be nerd. Nerds are smart.
Yeah, it is a little different. Like, cause like Meg isn't like a math whiz, and neither is Milhouse.
It's a Milhouse quote.
Right. Exactly. Okay, so Stewie from Family Guy, Nelson and Jimbo, let me see. That's not a good example. Bulldog and Frasier. What do these characters have in common?
They're bullies?
I'm not familiar with Bulldog and Frasier. Yeah, I guess they're bullies. Is Stewie really a bully?
Yeah, it was a shitty one.
Yeah, it's a bad thing.
I would have been like Stewie, Mr. Burns, and I don't know, someone else. Roger Klotz.
Okay.
Who were simultaneously friends and enemies.
No, like I should have just said Nelson and Jimbo.
Just bullies.
Yeah.
Okay, so Chandler from Friends, Jerry from Seinfeld, Brian and Family Guy.
The comedian or the jokester?
What do you say, Alec?
I'd say the sarcastic one.
Yeah, you guys are close enough. It's the wisecracker.
Okay.
Okay. Eric Foreman from That 70s Show. Crichton from Red Dwarf. Marge from The Simpsons. What do these characters have in common? Dan from Roseanne.
Are they the straight man or the?
They're like the neurotic. Not really. Well, some of them are more neurotic than others.
Dan's not really neurotic. They're put upon.
Dan's not. They're like the. They're not like a straight man, but they're kind of the more common sense counterpart to all their goofball other people around them.
I think Alex,
like an everyman almost role.
You were right, Alec, in the beginning. It's the square.
Okay.
Oh.
Dan's the
Crichton's
square?
definitely a square. I don't know about Marge being a square, though.
You're saying Dan is a square, though?
Yeah, Dan's not really a square.
That's not a
think he
good
is?
one, Dave. No, that's a shitty one.
He's
Well,
not
whatever.
a square at all.
Marge is definitely a square. She's always
Yes.
the one. Marge.
That's not always her. Sometimes Lisa's the square.
Yeah, no, but she plays that role frequently. And Crichton from Red
Crichton's
Dwarf,
definitely the square. Definitely.
Jerry from Seinfeld's kind. That's a little. He kind of like sometimes it seems more sexual. Sometimes I don't know. He's a little weirder. All right, I'll do one more of these. Kramer from Seinfeld, Kelso from That 70s Show, Eric Matthews from Boy Meets World. What do these characters have in common?
Wacky neighbor.
The weirdo?
Yeah, close enough, Joe. It's the goofball.
Okay. Yeah, Eric from Boy Meets World is horrible.
Which one is Eric? Is that the brother?
Eric is the
Wayne's
older
the
brother. Wait, what show?
Boy Meets World. Wait,
Boy Meets-
never mind. I'm thinking of a different.
Yeah, Eric is the older brother, and he's okay in the only good season of that is the first season, and he's fine in the first season, and then that show gets horrible, and the brother gets horrible in particular.
I was thinking of the Wonder Years, actually. I was thinking of the wrong show.
Yeah, they're different.
They are.
Okay. You guys are pretty good at that, though. I mean, it's a pretty easy game.
Joe did
but,
pretty good at it.
I mean, I had this other game where I read off titles of sitcoms and you guess what country they're from. It's like a nationality game. But, I mean, that's all I have. That's the only other thing I have. So do you want to do something, Joe?
Yeah, sure. I have a few, and if this goes too quickly, I have another separate game. But I'm gonna read some short-lived TV series, and then some of the character descriptions. For one of the characters from these series, they were played by someone who later starred in a more popular sitcom, and I want you to see if you can guess who that actor is. Now, Dave, you'll probably know this one because we talked about this series before, but on an episode. The series Malloy. Malloy was played by Mayim Bialik. She was a happy-go-lucky 11-year-old who was reasonably well-adjusted to a household of divorce, living in New York. Her mother dies, and she has to move in with her dad in Los Angeles, as well as her with her stepmother and siblings. She has a sister, a self-absorbed teen named Courtney. Who played Courtney? I'll give you a hint. Well, not a hint, but I'll give you the time frame. The show aired in July and August of 1990. So it would have been someone in 1990. And they later were famous for another role.
Is it a similar role?
A little bit. Not super, but not teen, but of like her role in it was sort of self-absorbed.
No, I don't know.
You should know this, Dave, because we talked about it.
I'm terrible with actors, though. You know, and I don't fucking remember who anybody is.
This is somebody big. Neither of you can guess?
No idea.
No idea.
Jennifer Aniston.
I do remember. I remember now you say that.
Yeah. All right. The next one, The Powers That Be. The Powers That Be is an American sitcom created by David Crane and Marta Kaufman. It aired briefly from 1992 to 1993 on NBC, with Norman Lear as an executive producer. At the center of the series is U.S. Senator William Powers, a parody of the political establishment in Washington, D.C. Margaret, the senator's status-hungry wife, treats Charlotte, their maid, with comedic disdain. Caitlin, the senator's daughter, has an eating disorder and is married to Representative Theodore Van Horn, who is suicidal. Who plays Theodore Van Horn? Series aired from March of 92 to January of 93. And this person was in a series, a lead role, very soon after. In this show, in this show, though, he plays a suicidal U.S. representative. Who is the actor?
What was the time period again?
92 to 93.
Like Bob Saget?
No, that's a bad guess. This is before they had their big show.
Shit, you got multiple choice answers for these.
No. You want to make a guess, Alec?
This was in 19... Oof, sorry about that. Sinbad.
No. No, and again, they had a sitcom, a hit sitcom after this.
Jaleel White?
What? No. No, they had a sitcom after this. You're saying things that were on at the same time.
I don't know the fucking
When was
time
this on?
period.
It was on 93, 94?
92 to 93.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
No, he didn't have a sitcom.
Oh, it wasn't a sitcom. You're right. That was Law and Order's not a sitcom. I was just thinking TV shows.
I'll give you a hint. In this, he's suicidal. In his hit sitcom, he was just neurotic.
Jerry Seinfeld.
No, it's David Hyde Pierce.
Oh, Niles.
Yeah, David Hyde
Okay.
Pierce. Niles.
He's neurotic.
Yeah. All right. The Brady's is an American comedy drama that aired on CBS from February 1990 to March 1990. So six episodes were aired, and it was an update of the Brady family, a continuation of the Brady Bunch.
Oh, is this them older?
It's them older with their kids.
Okay.
Now we have here young. This is 1990. Young Kevin Brady, the son of Greg Brady. Who plays Kevin Brady? He later became very famous, very popular in his hit sitcom. Child actor, early 90s. Let me see. I'll give you the hint.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas?
You got it.
Nice.
Yeah, good one, Dave.
Good job.
Dave's leading.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dave's leading 1-0.
Ah.
Yeah. Home Improvement would come out the next year. I don't like that one. All right. Day by Day aired on NBC from February 1988 to June 1989. The show centers on Brian and Kate Harper, a married couple with 2 successful careers and a teenage son named Ross. After the couple has a second child, their daughter Emily, they decided to quit their jobs because they had missed all the best times of Ross growing up and weren't going to make the same mistakes with Emily. With that in mind, they decided to open a daycare center in their home. They have a materialistic next-door neighbor who was also once a business associate of Brian's. She didn't much like the idea of the Harpers running a daycare center and often tried to persuade them both to return to their former careers, always to no avail. Eileen, who was single and childless, was prone to make some very sarcastic quips about the children's activities, but Brian and Kate didn't let it bother them. Who played Eileen Swift? 1988 to 1989, this actress would star in a very popular sitcom that came out right after.
So I bet it's Golden Girls. But it's like B. Arthur?
No, that's a very bad guess.
Wait, when did the very popular sitcom?
It came out right after. So this ended in June of 1989.
Is it Elaine? Is it Julia Louis-Dreyfus?
Alec gets it.
Oh, nice.
1-1. All right. The next one I have here is Home Free, a sitcom that aired on ABC from March 1993 to July 1993. Matt Bailey is a free-spirited, if somewhat lazy, 22-year-old freelance journalist enjoying the good life at home with his indulgent mom, Grace. He wasn't so concerned about his ascent into full-fledged adulthood until his older, recently divorced sister Vanessa returned home with her 2 kids. Who played Matt Bailey? So it ended in July of 1993. It was only on for 13 episodes, and this actor would later be a part of a main character in a very popular sitcom.
Wait, so he's kind of like a fuck up in this show. Is he a fuck up in the next show as well?
No, I wouldn't say so.
It's not that guy from Step by Step, the guy that lives in the van outside.
No, this
Cody.
is. I'll give you a hint. This is the show that the show right after was hugely popular.
When was this on?
March of 1993 to July of 1993.
Was it David Schwimmer?
No.
Is it like, I don't know, like very, very popular? I have no idea what the fuck that means. Like,
Alec was close though with popularity-wise.
So something about Friends' popularity.
No, you tapped me out on this one. I can't even think of funny guesses.
Alec was the closest. It was Matthew Perry.
Oh.
He doesn't get it.
Right show.
Yeah. The right
Wrong
show.
Guy.
The wrong guy. Yeah. All right, let's see if we can break the tie. This is the last one I have. Princesses was an American sitcom that aired on CBS in 1991. 8 episodes were produced, only 5 aired. The series chronicles the lives of 3 female roommates in New York City, each with a different background and upbringing. Thus the series title. Tracy Dillon, an English teacher who just dumped her fiance after learning that he had been married twice and was still involved with one of his ex-wives. Princess Georgie Delarue, a recently widowed English princess who arrived in the States to challenge her late husband's contested will, and Melissa Kirshner, Tracy's longtime best friend, an outspoken Jewish American who sold cosmetics at a department store. Who played Melissa Kirshner?
When was the other show on?
The show that Melissa the actress who played Melissa
the one
Kirshner?
she went on to.
Her show debuted in 1993. She was the star of this show.
I'm just trying to think of show. Was she was the absolute star? Was she the namesake, or what was the title? Like, give me a hint.
The title of the show referred to her. And it was on for 6 seasons on CBS.
Was it a big popular show that she was on later?
It wasn't as popular as Friends or Seinfeld, but it was fairly popular.
Melissa Joan Hart?
No, that's a bad guess.
She's not Jewish American.
No. And the time periods don't match up.
Wait, 1983 doesn't match up with Melissa Joan Hart?
No, because
when did Clarissa start?
Clarissa started earlier than that.
Oh.
Yes, Jewish American.
Give me another hint about her big show.
What do you want to know about it?
Can you tell me anything about the premise? Anything?
The premise. Well, I'll give you this. Her occupation on the show was the title of the show.
Oh, wait a minute. Nanny.
Alec gets it. Alec wins this one.
That was hard.
Congratulations.
That was really hard.
I did a lot of work for that game.
You could have been like...
It seems like a high research game.
Yeah, because there was no list. I just had to look up.
Oh my gosh, I just used a list for mine.
I just had to look up actors and then see if they had lead roles in shows before their big shows. Although the powers that be, I actually heard about that because I was watching a show on YouTube years ago, Nightmare Cafe, which was like an anthology horror show, sort of. Mm-hmm. Not really anthology, but it was, Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger, the guy who played Freddy Krueger, was in it. But it was on YouTube, and someone had just, taped it off the TV and put it up. But they left the commercials, and there was an ad for the powers that be, and that's how I found out about that.
That's the one with Niles in it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
What do you guys say? Good game or not good game?
Hard game. Good game. Difficult game.
Dave did not seem to enjoy it.
I think you should have had multiple choice or pre-planned hints.
Well, it was a lot of work to figure out what people should be in. So,
well, that that is interesting though. I mean, it's kind of yeah. I there's no way I could. I guess I got one of them though. That's very difficult for me to play a game like that.
Well, you were very bad at sort of assessing when certain shows came out.
Yeah, that's outside of my expertise, I believe.
Yeah, like Bob Saget. I mean, Full House came out in 1987, so there's no way he would be playing a 22-year-old in a show in 1993.
I don't know.
Fuller House came out in 2016.
What?
Fuller House.
Did I say Fuller House?
No, you didn't. I was just bringing it up.
I say.
Did I say Full House?
One of those. We talked about something tonight that made me think of Fuller House. Oh, the Brady's. The Brady's made me think of Fuller House.
Yeah. No, Dave got Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
He is like the only 90s young boy heartthrob.
No, I was going to say Dave played clapping for himself.
It's true. No, but that was when you say like a young boy who was popular on the show. It's like, God, like how many fucking young boys in the 90s were, I mean, other than JJT.
You mean JTT?
JTT, yeah.
JTT.
Jonathan Jailer Thomas.
It's pretty good.
I mean, the only other one's like Macaulay Culkin, but he didn't do any TV.
He didn't do
or
TV.
Not much TV.
There
was
was
situation comedy TV.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other just popular like young boys, like in that period, young TV. Not that many. I mean, Jaleel White.
Popular for different reasons, though.
Yeah, and he was more like an adolescent.
Heartthrob.
I don't think he had a successful sitcom before that, though.
Jaleel?
No.
He did Sonic after that.
Or he had. I don't think he had a lead role in a sitcom that he failed. He wasn't even originally the lead role in that. He was a one-time guest character.
Yeah,
that's right. And then he starts showing up in the intros.
Yeah, where they'd push him out the door.
Yep.
We know who you're really here to see.
Yeah. Urkel.
And that one was a spinoff of, what was it, Perfect Strangers, right?
That's correct.
I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah, the, Eleanor, I think, is the wife. Harriet's the wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He ran the elevator at the, wherever one of the guys on Perfect Strangers worked.
Oh, yeah. I kind of remember hearing about it.
Where Cousin Larry worked?
Yeah, I just remember seeing I YouTubed that, and it's like Balky is like opening the elevator over and over again looking for her, and whoever Balky's cousin is like, it's like
Larry.
Oh, Larry. I've never watched that show before, but Larry is like, oh, she's got her own new show, Family Matters, debuting this fall. Here's a clip.
That sounds horrible.
It was really weird. I wish they did more of that kind of stuff. There aren't a lot of sitcoms anymore. Or not sitcoms, I mean spinoffs.
Yeah. Trying to think. Frasier was a spinoff.
Frasier was. That's like the last one, though. The last big one, anyway. There's like Joey, but that bombed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Can you guys think of any... it's not a sitcom, but Better Call Saul is a...
That's true.
Yeah, that's the most recent one I could think of.
It's true. I didn't think of Better Call Saul.
And I feel like Punisher is probably going to get his own spin-off, although not a sitcom.
Yeah, that's different, though. That's just
you're right. That shouldn't count. Can you guys think? I guess they did that with some of the like Grey's Anatomy, Private Practice.
Isn't that kind of more like a Law and Order kind of thing, where it's just like a different section of the same show, kind of?
No, I think it was someone left Grey's Anatomy to open Private Practice.
Oh, okay.
I'm not positive though.
Is that canon?
What are you saying? Is it canon?
Yeah, so I guess it's directly it's like Deep Space Nine to Next Generation.
I don't know. Was that what Deep Space Nine was?
It continued, like one of the like Worf was in it and he was in the other one, so it's kind of like some like one or two characters. Like O'Brien from Next Generation was also on Deep Space Nine. It's like they continued two characters from one other show. They were elevated in their importance.
I see.
Daria, that was a great spinoff too.
That's true.
It's a good show.
I'm just looking at a list of best spinoffs.
What are there any other good ones?
Let me see. A lot of them I haven't seen before. There's number 20 is Torchwood. I know it's a Doctor Who spinoff.
I've never seen. What? Ensign?
Benson is number 19.
Oh. About the butler?
I guess so. I don't know what it's a spinoff of. It doesn't say. Bionic Woman from Bionic Man, I imagine.
From the $6 Million Man, not Bionic Man.
You're right. Sorry. My bad. Trapper John MD. Spinoff of Bonanza, maybe.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's MASH. Sorry, it's MASH. Facts of Life spinoff from Different Strokes. Flash, that's a weak one. Law and Order SVU is a weak one, too.
Yeah.
Daria's 13.
Daria's good.
Angel, spinoff from Buffy.
Oh, I like Angel.
Never watched it before.
I like it more than Buffy.
Let me see if there's any good ones. Maude, spinoff from All in the Family. Star Trek Next Generation.
Spinoff from Star Trek.
That shouldn't count.
That
that's just
really shouldn't. Yeah, then just a bunch of the obvious ones. Oh, the Jeffersons. The Colbert Report.
Yeah.
Shirley. Lou Grant. Oh, yeah, from Mary Tyler Moore. Forgot about that. Number 1 is Frasier, though.
Yeah, Frasier's good.
It's kind of hard to argue that one. Lasted just as long as the original series.
Yeah. Which do you guys prefer? It seems like Alec prefers Cheers.
It's really just because I've watched more of Cheers.
Cheers bums me the fuck out.
It's a weird show sometimes.
The part that bums me out is when Sam doesn't own the bar.
Oh, spoiler alert.
It bums me out that they're all alcoholics.
They're not all alcoholics. It's really just Norm and Cliff.
Yeah. I think it's really crazy when they show Norm drinking a beer really fast.
Yeah.
Like a one gulp.
Yeah.
It's impressive. It seems like they may have used like trick glasses though that didn't hold as much and it just looked like it.
Probably.
Like water.
It'd be hard to do like a live show like that. Or, film it live in front of an audience like that and be getting drunk.
Wasted.
Well, I don't think it was real beer. I think it was just like a colored liquid.
Yeah, probably iced tea or something like that.
Shit, you don't even need to zoom in. It's just in a green bottle or whatever. Just put water in it.
It's always in those mugs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, in the mugs. Okay, I see.
Alec, what do you like more? Are you more of a Coach man or a Woody man?
Where I'm at, I've been. I really just started watching Cheers recently. Mm-hmm. So Coach is still around. I haven't gotten to Woody yet. I do think Coach is really funny, though.
Yeah,
he's one of the most consistently funny guys on that show.
Both Coach and the actor playing Coach die.
Aw, Joe.
Oh, did I?
I didn't know. I know he left the show at some point. I didn't know he died, though. I figured it was
the actor.
Like no, I figured the actor was dead. I didn't know that Coach dies on the show, though.
Well, the character died, and the actor died. Then the character died.
Oh, so he's not even. There's not even like a farewell Coach episode. He just dies, and that's sad.
Yeah.
Aw, didn't know that.
They do some touching stuff with it, though.
Yeah, there's some rough scenes in that show so far. There's like one where Norm's boss attempts to pretty much rape Diane on the pool table, and Norm comes in and kind of immediately brushes it off.
Mm. Now I think Diane was way sexier than Rebecca.
I haven't met Rebecca yet either, but that's is that what's her name?
Kirstie Alley.
Kirstie Alley.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really never find either of them that attractive, to be honest.
Are you more of a Carla man?
Yeah, I'm a Carla guy.
Yeah.
Me too. You know who, I find, Rachel Dratch, strangely attractive, extremely attractive.
Really?
I do not.
There's something kind of intriguing about her. Do you remember that? Do you remember that whole shit with Victoria Jackson? She kind of went crazy. She's kind of interesting too.
Yeah.
Speaking of odd-looking women who you find attractive, I'm trying to look up her name right now. Kristen Shaw. She's a weird-looking lady.
Oh yeah, I think she's pretty good.
It's kind of attractive though.
I'm sorry. I hate her fucking voice. I cannot deal with it.
I like her voice.
Yeah, I think she's funny.
No, she's the one that plays the daughter with the rabbit ears in Bob's Burgers.
Yeah, on Bob's Burgers, and she was the other Paige on 30 Rock.
Now, Alec and Dave, who do you find more attractive? Melanie Hutzel or Siobhan Fallon?
All right, give me a second.
Yeah, I know either of those people.
I think I know who Siobhan Fallon is. Melanie Hutzel.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
It's a rough call though.
I like Beth Cahill.
Why wasn't she an option?
I don't know. She wasn't really on a lot. She didn't have a lot of.
Oh, I remember her. Yeah.
She would be like in the Bears sketches, the super fans.
Mm-hmm.
She would be like
drinking the beers.
Yeah, she'd be like one of their she'd be like their niece or something, like George Wendt's niece. All right, well, is there anything else going on, or should we wrap up this ep?
That's all I got.
I found a top 10 hottest SNL cast members list.
Oh, you want to read it?
Chris Kattan.
Yeah, right. Nah, I don't even know half these people. Oh, wait, yeah, I do.
Is it all recent people?
No, it looks like a mix of people.
Jane Curtin?
She is on there.
Yeah.
Here we go, let's see. 10, Jan Hooks. 9, Casey Wilson. No idea who that is.
She is more recent.
Yeah, 2008 to 2009. 8, Amy Poehler. 7, Jane Curtin. 6, Abby Elliott.
That's Chris Elliott's daughter.
Oh. 5, Maya Rudolph. 4, Nassim Pedrad.
Yeah.
3, Kristen Wiig.
Yeah, she's good looking.
2, Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Number 1, I don't know about this, Tina Fey.
No.
I don't agree with that.
I liked young Lorraine Newman.
Let me see.
Do they have them ranked by the funniest?
Probably.
No, that would be demeaning.
Unlike this uplifting list.
Oh yeah, Lorraine Newman.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, I actually think Tina Fey is decently attractive, but I do not think she's funny.
I wouldn't put her at the top of the list.
You don't think she's funny, Dave?
Not at all. Like that's the thing. Like, I kind of hate saying that because, like, I feel like she's very well respected, and she's very successful. And, like, you kind of sound like some fucking, I don't think women can be funny but, like, no, it's not that. Like, I think a lot of women are funny. I think, Tina Fey is just really fucking shitty, though. I don't know.
I think Tina Fey is really funny. I just don't think she's the strongest performer.
You don't think she's what?
The strongest performer. Like, I don't think she's a very funny actor, but I think she has funny ideas and writes funny things.
I would say she's funny.
I'd take Lisa Lampanelli over her any day.
Oh, come on.
No, I think that's a bad call, Dave.
Y'all wrong.
Like, there are definitely some moments on 30 Rock where she says stuff, and it is just like, it feels like someone's mom is making a joke or something. It just kind of makes you cringe.
No, like, I'm kind of into someone's mom making a joke, just not like some moms are shitty at comedy, though. It's just what it is.
It seems like a mom acting like a younger person with Tina Fey sometimes.
I don't know. There's like a forced whimsy that I don't enjoy. I feel like Amy Poehler actually kind of suffers from the same thing. I don't know. Like,
I think Amy Poehler's pretty funny. She definitely doesn't rug me the wrong way sometimes, like Tina Fey does. Not rug me the wrong way, but
I really like Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. And
That's a great show.
Yeah, it's really good, and that's Tina Fey.
I need to see that one. I do hear. You know, honestly though, like I like all of the women on Mad TV are funnier than just anybody else. Like I just enjoy all of them.
Sounds like a horrible opinion.
Yeah. You like Miss Swan a lot?
She's the worst. Alex Borstein. Ugh.
Wait, who is that one? What the fuck is her? She is so funny though. That one woman from Mad TV. She kind of looks.
You're talking about.
She kind of looks like Amy Poehler a little
Stewart's
bit.
mom.
Is it? That's Alex Borstein. Are you talking about Nicole Sullivan?
Well, Alex Borstein's Mrs. Swan, right?
Yes.
Not Mrs.
There's another
Swan.
movie. There's another movie. Another person. She plays like a lot of newscasters now, I feel, and like comedy things.
Look up Nicole Swan. Is that who you were thinking of, Dave?
Let me see.
Nicole Sullivan.
Nicole Sullivan?
Yeah.
No, not her. There's another one.
Is it that Mo?
Yeah.
Mo. Oh God.
Howard?
No, it's not Mo. No, Mo Collins. Mo Howard.
No.
Yes, Mo Collins is the one I'm thinking of. She's funny.
Who the fuck is it? God, this is gonna drive me crazy. She's kind of got this weird breathy, like kind of thing. Like I can't remember what the fuck her name is.
And you think she's funny or attractive?
Really funny.
Oh, wait
Sometimes.
a minute. This isn't Mo Collins, but they have a. He played Dot, Stephanie Ware.
Oh yeah, yes, the werewolf. Yes.
Is that her?
Yes, that is. I think she's really funny. She's one of. I mean, it's really cringy, like sometimes, but she's really good.
Who is it?
Stephanie Ware.
Weir.
Oh, Stephanie Weir.
Yeah,
Is that how you say that?
Oh yeah, she's all right.
I guess Lorraine Swanson was who Mo Collins played, not Stewart's mom.
I like Mad TV was one of those shows I hated when I was younger. Thought I was above it, but the more I watch it when I get older, I really enjoy it. Like I don't know what it is.
I never got into it.
No, it's not very good. But don't you think that even Saturday Night Live is not very good?
Okay, it's horrible.
I used to like it. I used to enjoy it quite a bit, but it's unwatchable.
It's pretty bad. Like even looking back, like stuff that used to be funny, really is not all that funny watching it again.
Jimmy Fallon is just fucking poison. Like I just can't.
He always was. I never liked Jimmy Fallon.
My grandmother loves Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah. No, like a lot of women think he's so attractive, which I mean, he's a good looking guy. You know, he's got, very symmetrical face and blah, blah, blah. But like, God, this guy just, you can be an attractive guy and be funny. Like, that guy is so feeble.
I don't mind Jimmy Fallon. I think he's all right.
Feeble ass dude. Try hard.
He's gone as far as he has.
Yeah.
Dave, who do you think is an attractive, funny man comedian?
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
Steve Carell?
No, fuck him.
No, Steve Carell's good.
Yeah, he's funny.
No, fuck him.
2 against 1, Dave.
Come on, he's good.
Nah.
Very funny and handsome.
Let me think. Shit.
John Mulaney?
Who's that?
He's who I thought of when he said handsome comedian. I've never actually seen his stand-up though.
Oh, it's really good.
Yeah?
You should check out New in Town. That's a really good.
I see that on Netflix all the time.
Yeah, watch it.
Well, maybe I will.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy isn't like a sexy, like masculine man, but I hate it. I fucking hate The Office, the American one. Steve. I hate all the characters. I hate Dwight. I hate fucking Steve Carell. But I love that guy Creed. He's so fucking gross.
No, The Office is
a a second chance.
The Office is a very good show.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say, I used to hate on The Office too, but then I watched it all, and it's pretty good. There's some really funny stuff there.
It's a very good show.
Wrong. Incorrect.
You know, it's this is reminding me of a thing I heard at work. There's a Ricky, who's the accountant, was talking to Conrad, who works. He like does packing, and like sometimes they'll chat about like sports shit, and I'd like always overhear because they're both really loud. And I heard Ricky go, "You should have a show on TV. Always wrong, Conrad."
Pretty good title for a show.
I just thought it was really funny.
Seems pretty dismissive.
Yeah. Well, they were talking about some dumb like the Yankees or something. I don't know.
Yeah, fuck off with that. Yo, I gotta take a pee-pee real bad. You want to wrap this up?
Yeah, we've been going for a while.
Yeah. No, and that we got pretty sexist as well, just discussing who we think is sexy. So
I don't think we were super offensive, though, were we?
I don't think we were very offensive, but you know that's what editing's for. If we were,
I think we should leave it because I don't want to be policing. You know, I don't want to hide the truth.
The truth that Dave thinks Rachel Dratch is oddly hot. It's official.
It's true.
Check out Omega Land, Post-Apocalyptic Tarot Deck. It's available on Amazon. And that's it. So,
all right. We're wrapping up.
Yeah, you want to do a plug or anything?
Nah, I'm good.
Check out Alec's Tumblr. Alec Llewellyn.
AlecLlewellyn.tumblr.com.
Yeah.
All right, so this has been Wikifiends.
I'm Joe.
I'm Alec.
Thanks for listening.
Have a good night. Bye.
Have a good night, guys. Bye.
The thing about coming is you don't want to come too hard.
Yeah.
Because then you'll get it in your pants.
You ever find it everywhere for days after?
Yeah, you want to do one?
No, it's okay.
The thing about shit is you don't want it in your mouth.
What is the... do it.
All right.
What is the deal with liquid soap? Why can't it just be bar soap again? That's what I prefer.
Hold on. What's the deal with liquid soap? You put it on your ass and it gets in your asshole.
That's not true. Yeah.